All right, thank you, John. Yes, Crystal is making something that's really good, and it's putting beef in the spotlight. And this is a smoked tri-tip, is that right?
Yes. We're big fans of tri-tip at our house. It's flavorful, it's tender, it eats like a steak, but it's also a lean cut of meat. This is so easy to make. First off, we're gonna start off with our tri-tip. And make sure you trim it. Tri-tip does not take that long to cook. And so you really have to trim out the fat because it doesn't have time to break down that fat. So I have already trimmed it, and it looks pretty terrible because I'm the world's worst
trimmer.
Butcher. Yeah. So once you have it trimmed, then it's super simple. You're just gonna put on your seasonings. So we have salt, and usually I put a lot more on, but for today's purposes, just pretend like you did.
And you're using kosher salt?
Yes, I love kosher salt. But you can use regular salt. And we have some cracked black pepper as well. I think on the website, I just have, or on your Facebook page for this recipe, I just have salt, pepper, and your favorite seasoning. But my friend Craig Rosendahl makes the best smoked tri-tip. So I called him the other day, and he gave me some ins on what else he uses. He uses brown sugar, and he says he uses like a half a cup to a cup. So you want to really rub that in. And like I said before, you're going to do both sides. And then he also uses a little bit of garlic salt, think about a teaspoon, and then some parsley.
Oh, so this is in addition to the recipe you have posted. Okay.
Yes, if you want to make it a little bit different. You're going to want to coat this with all the seasonings. Then leave it out at room temperature. Start your smoker, put it on your smoker, and shut the lid. It really is easy as that. You're gonna let it go for, I'd say, anywhere from 3 to 6 hours, depending how hot it is outside. If it's super hot out, it's probably gonna cook faster. But when you're smoking meat, a meat thermometer is gonna be your best friend. You have to have it. Tri-tip is best served rare to medium rare.
Okay.
And so when it gets to a temperature about 135 degrees, then you're going to take it off your smoker and let it rest. From here, you can either slice it really thin and serve it warm, or what Craig does, he puts his in the fridge, and then the next day he'll slice it super thin. I used an electric knife last night, and then you warm it up in like a crock pot or a roaster with a can of beer or some beef broth. And he brings this to Husker tailgates, and it is so, so good.
Now, is this his recipe you used on this one?
Yes. It's just the basics, your salt, pepper, and your favorite seasoning. And I just added some brown sugar, some garlic salt, and parsley if you wish.
Yeah, it is very, very good.
It is good. You might have a hard time finding it in the grocery store, so just ask your meat counter or your butcher.
And find out. Okay. This would be great for Memorial Day coming up too.
Yes.
So we have this recipe on our Pure Nebraska Facebook page. Back to you, John.